Hello class, my name is Henry Kafuma and my colleague is Kakungulu Birungi. Our research topic is fish-shot feature extraction for sensor-based material characterization using hyperspectral polyethylene imaging, and I'm going to be presenting to you the work we've done. Yes, so this is the content for this presentation, and we are going to be following this flow as we proceed. So why hyperspectral images? Uh, we see that these hyperspectral images, in addition to the red and green and blue bands for normal colored images, they carry more information in the near infrared band as well. So from here you see the extracted visible spectrum, which is here, and then we see that the one for hyperspectral image down there has more bands. Yeah? So this means that these images carry more information, and this information is very vital and can be a powerful tool for classification and characterization of materials. And our domain, we are looking at sensor-based uh, uh, flow characterization in waste management. So this sensor-based system, they enable inline automated quality monitoring, and hence they contribute to a more transparent, enhanced plastic recycling. And why featured learning? So featured learning enables machine learning and deep learning models to learn and be able to generalize from a small number of labeled samples. So this reduces the data dependence, and hence very small data sets are required. And so these advanced models are based on machine learning and DL. They have a potential to increase the performance of these sorting plants, and when this is coupled with efficient learning, they can reduce the cost of training machine learning models, and that's because of a requirement for few annotated images and hence small data sets, and this is can reduce the cost. Related work, as discussed in the introduction, that hyperspectral images have a high potential, but its practical application in sensor-based material characterization is hindered by the dependence of large datasets, which are very costly and also time-consuming. So in the related work we reviewed and different work from researchers, and we found that there is a gap where most researchers have uh, worked on hyperspectral images but in different domains, for example in satellite imaging and remote sensing. So our work is going to combine hyperspectral imaging and polyethylene uh, characterization in the domain of waste management. Thank you. So the domain problem is inefficient and less accurate sensor-based characterization of polyethylene, that is high-density polyethylene and then polyethylene tetrafret materials in post-consumer plastic waste management and recycling. So the computation problem, we have high data requirements. So like we've said, traditional machine learning and deep learning models require very big data sets to be able to learn. And This kind of data is unavailable, and it's costly and also time consuming, most so for hyperspectral images. Then limited generalization. If we see existing feature extraction methods for like CNN, deep learning models, and traditional models, they struggle to generalize when that model is used in another domain. For example, let's say we've trained the model on a high density polythyrene, then we test it on other plastics, it might struggle. But for feature learning, it requires just simple fine tuning, and it can adapt to new domains. So there is a need for an efficient solution that is an approach that extracts meaningful features from hyperspectral data with minimal labeled training samples, while ensuring robustness and also the accuracy is not compromised. So the primary objectives of this work, one, to develop a feature learning model for HSI classification using pre-trained VGG on a mean image dataset, and this is to extract generalized special features and enable material characterization with limited labeled HSI data. Two is to develop a hybrid spectral spatial fusion network which combines a 2D CNN which is initialized with the weights of mean image dataset, and also a spectral branch which is a 1D, one dimension residual network for bandwise feature extraction. And then last is to incorporate interpretability techniques for identifying discriminative spectral regions for material classification, and also provide human understanding insights into the model decision, which can be used for quality control. So the research contributions of this work can be summarized as: one, a few-shot meta-learning approach to hyperspectral image feature extraction is proposed, and here we use a pre-trained VGG model to extract transferable features, which these are general features. And then a second one, we developed a spatial spectral fusion network, and this is used to extract both spatial and spectral features from HSI dataset. And then we did a comparison between the baseline models and our feature learning model in terms of performance using metrics such as accuracy, precision, and F1 score. In the proposed model, we have we do a featured feature extraction on a pre-trained VGG model, as you see here. So the first 7 layers are passed through a CNN network, as you can see. So and then we do a featured learning with the image net dataset. As you can see, we do a sampling and we obtain a support set and then the query set. So the support set has a few labeled images. For example, here we are doing one image per class, and then the query set has unlabeled images. So now this is passed through this feature extractor here on this first network. So now the weights that have been initialized with the first network transferred into this spatial feature network extraction, where we have this block here, which is the spectral, the spatial block, and this is the spectral block. And then we have a combined block which combine the features extracted from here and then down here, and then convert these feature maps into feature vectors. So we do also a feature learning in this block on the HSI um, datasets, like we did on the image dataset, where we have the support set, we have the query set here, and then on this block, as you see, these uh, image tubes are converted into 3 bands, and then here in the 1D block, that's where we do the extraction from the spectral features from the bands. Yeah, that's it. Set contains 4 scalar images and a total of around 808 experiments of monitoring plastic material flows, and these are captured using a near-infrared based inline sensor technology on conveyor belts in combination with known material flow composition for each experiment. So they are a mixture of high-density polyethylene, which is HDE, and the tetrafluorate, which are PET flakes, post-consumer HDPE, and packaging PET bottles. So we did ADA, and from here you can see a sample of these 4 sky images here for different classes, and then the distribution of classes, we found that the data is distributed. There's no class imbalance. Then for band intensity, we see that for the RGB band, this dataset has similar intensities for 2 pairs of datasets. So this is for 1, and then these are distributed together. So that means that since they have similar intensities, we need to do some kind of augmentation so that we make the model insensitive to this light variation. So we also did a distribution, and we see like some images are bigger than others. So since our model is based on CNN architecture, so we have to do some augmentation in terms of cropping so that we remove that variation as well. So here's our results. And in order to evaluate the effectiveness of the proposed fish rate learning model, we did a comparison with baseline models, e.g. the VGG16, ResNet 50, and MobNet 2. And we see that here, for example, that our FSL model here um, performs competitive well compared to the baseline models, despite the limited samples. And then while it doesn't surpass some of the state-of-the-art models like VGG16 and the ResNet 50, it performs considerably well, and that is in efficient constraints, despite efficient constraints, and hence we can conclude that this efficient learning model is a viable approach in limited samples. And then we also did knowledge distillation, where we train a teacher, and then we use a teacher to train the student. And we see that in most cases, in our experimentation, students outperformed the teachers. And this highlighted the dynamics and selection of student-teacher pairs. The learning curves here, for example, for the FSL model here, we see that the model is learning in different epochs as the training goes on. Although the training is a bit unstable, but the validation and training losses are decreasing. The same for other models. So yeah, this is the confusion matrix as well. We see here for the simple CNN and the feature learning model, and then other models. Yeah, so we also implemented explainable AI using GradCam and Lime in order to explain the decisions that our model are making. So as you can see here in the, this is for GradCam, and here is the original image, and here is the overlay image on the heat map. So the red regions or yellow represent a high importance for GradCam prediction. And then on the left, we can see the comparison between GradCam and Lime explanation. So we see for GradCam, the heat maps are here, and we can see the red and yellow regions, which are the regions that the model based on to make the prediction. But now for Lime, which is on the right, we see that Lime works by producing a sparse perturbation, so it perturbs the pixel, and because of that, we see that it struggles to visualize this interpretable what uh, um, it struggles to segment to come up with interpretable regions within SSI dataset. Yeah, so in order to move from research to real-world implementation and testing, we came up with MLOps pipeline and also deployed a model DigitalOcean to experiment how it performs in real-world scenarios. Conclusion, the FSL model effectively enhances high-dimensional, hyperstructure images for characterizing polyethylene. As we saw in our results, it performed competitively with other based models. And also the model demonstrated practical balance between performance and data efficiency. We also did knowledge distillation. Experiments show that student models could occasionally surpass teacher models, and hence they need to select the teacher and student model effectively. And then the MLOps pipeline, we also implemented explainable AI. In our limitation, the study focused exclusively on high density polyethylene and polytetraphthalate, which limits the scope. Most of these, the most common packaging materials. So the model does not address wider range of other plastics. Future steps, we hope we're planning to expand the model capabilities to be able to handle other materials, other plastics like PVC and low density polyethylene. So we also plan to test the model, do field tests in real world scenarios, and also expand our MLOps pipeline to be able to scale in the real world systems. So these are the acknowledgements, and thank you so much.